Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I'm honestly so thrilled you're here today because, well, we're going to unpack something incredibly powerful. We're talking about a strategic blueprint to absolutely maximize your earning potential in a job market that's, let's face it, shifting right beneath our feet. We're focusing on future-proofing your career and locking down high-income skills custom-built for the 2026 landscape. So get comfortable and let's decode exactly what the future economy is going to demand from you.
So let me ask you, are you ready for 2026? Really think about that for a second. The tools we use to do business are evolving at just a breakneck pace. Skills that were basically superpowers 3 years ago, they're rapidly becoming just standard expectations now. To actually stand out, you can't just be prepared for today, right? You've got to be positioned for the near future economy. And that means aligning yourself with the exact skills that companies are frankly desperate for, but just can't find enough people to do.
And, just in case you're wondering why this matters so much, how about $10,000 plus? And no, that is not some pipe dream annual bonus. We're talking about the massive per-project earning potential you can command when you actually possess the right high-income skills. This is the what's in it for me factor. When you provide massive value to businesses today, they are more than happy to compensate you at the absolute highest levels. So how do we actually get you to that number? Let's check out the formula.
Okay, let's dive right in. This 2026 formula is the absolute foundation of everything we're covering today. If you're a student or an early career professional right now, the most valuable skills out there are the ones that perfectly blend three things: artificial intelligence, effective communication, and tangible business impact. See, you can't just know how to use AI anymore. You have to know how to communicate its outputs and actually use it to drive real business results, like saving time or making money. This trifecta? It's your golden ticket. So let's break down the 5 absolute best options that fit this formula, starting with number 1.
All right, skill 1, AI automation and AI agent building. We're talking about mastering tools like ChatGPT, Claude, NN, Make, and Zapier. Getting good at these means you can build really sophisticated AI chatbots and totally automate workflows. Imagine taking a company's super messy onboarding process and turning it into a seamless, one-click automated sequence. Why is this so valuable? Because businesses are practically begging to pay for solutions that automate their customer support, streamline their sales, and just handle all those boring, repetitive internal tasks. You aren't just playing around with tech here, you are literally saving companies hundreds of hours.
And the financial payoff for that saved time, it's massive. We're talking anywhere from $500 to well over $10,000 per project as a freelancer. Just let that sink in for a second, because you're fundamentally changing how a business operates, making them just insanely efficient. The value you provide scales up massively. If you can build an automated system that handles customer inquiries 24/7 without breaking a sweat, believe me, businesses will gladly pay top dollar for that kind of setup.
Which leads us right into skill 2, AI-assisted software development. The heavy hitters here are Python, JavaScript, React, and really understanding how to work with APIs. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Doesn't AI just write all the code now? Well, yes, absolutely. AI speeds up the coding process like crazy. But, and this is a huge but, companies absolutely still need developers with human oversight. They need you to design the architecture, untangle the complex logic, and debug the software when things inevitably go sideways. AI is your assistant here, for sure, not your replacement. And because that human oversight is still so critical, the compensation stays incredibly strong. You're looking at $30 to upwards of $150 an hour. And the really beautiful thing about this path is that your rate scales directly with your experience. As you get faster at using AI to code and better at tackling really complex debugging, boom, your value per hour just skyrockets. Next up, we've got skill 3, digital and performance marketing. This means mastering the big platforms: Meta ads, Google ads, SEO, email marketing, and crucially, understanding the analytics behind all of it. So why is this on our 2026 list? Honestly, because businesses have an endless, insatiable appetite for new customers. It's the absolute lifeblood of any company, right? No matter how advanced technology gets, the ability to put a product in front of the exact right person at the exact right time makes this a highly durable, totally future-proof skill. And since you're the one directly responsible for bringing actual revenue through the door, the reward is super structured. You're looking at $1,000 to over $10,000 a month just managing campaigns for clients. See, marketing usually operates on a retainer model. That means if you can consistently deliver results and keep driving customers to a business, they're going to pay you month after month to keep that engine running. It's just a fantastic path for recurring income. All right, let's pivot to skill 4, copywriting and content creation.
This is all about writing persuasive sales pages, crafting those really engaging email sequences, and creating compelling content for places like social media, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Now, just like with software development, AI is amazing here for drafting and brainstorming, but the human strategy, the emotional intelligence, the persuasive writing, that remains immensely valuable and completely irreplaceable. You have to really understand human psychology to make people click, engage, and ultimately buy. AI doesn't have that lived human experience, but you do. For those who can master human persuasion in an AI-driven world, the income potential is a really solid $100 to $5,000 plus per project. And this is a great example of how your specific niche completely dictates your earnings. Like, if you're just writing a few casual social media posts, you might be on the lower end of that spectrum. But if you're writing a highly converting sales page for a massive product launch, you are easily stepping right into that $5,000 territory.
Finally, we arrive at our fifth core skill, UI/UX design. That stands for user interface, so how it looks, and user experience, how it actually feels to use. This is all about designing websites, mobile apps, and software-as-a-service products, mostly using industry-standard tools like Figma. In a digital world that is just so incredibly crowded with options, companies place a massive premium on designers who can craft flawless, frictionless digital experiences. Think about it. If an app is frustrating to use, customers just leave. You are the person who ensures they stick around.
And designers who truly mastered tools like Figma, they command a very strong $25 to over $100 an hour. Plus, this skill is highly flexible. It translates perfectly into really stable, well-paid full-time roles, but it works just as well for lucrative freelance contracts. Let's be real, pretty much every tech company on Earth needs a stellar UI/UX designer.
Okay, so we've covered the big five. The natural question now is, well, which skills should you actually choose? I mean, it's great to know what pays well, but you have to pick a lane that genuinely works for you. So I want to help you customize your path right now based on your own natural interests and your unique personality traits. Let's map this out so you can make the smartest possible decision for your future.
Honestly, it all comes down to how your brain is wired. On one side, we have technology and problem solving, and on the other, creativity. Different personality traits naturally lead to different high-income avenues. If you're someone who loves tinkering, figuring out how systems connect, and just geeking out over logical puzzles, your brain is wired for that tech side. But if you're more visual, maybe highly empathetic, and focused on aesthetics and human emotion, you definitely lean toward the creative side. Knowing this about yourself is absolutely step one.
So here's how this actually breaks down in practice. If you enjoy technology and problem solving, the best skills to target are AI automation or software development. If you really thrive on creativity, then UI/UX design or content creation is going to be your home. What if you just love business and sales? Then you need to be looking hard at digital marketing or copywriting. And finally, if your main goal is fast freelancing, like getting up and running and making money as quickly as possible, AI automation or copywriting are absolutely your quickest path to market. It's like a giant puzzle, and your natural interests are the pieces that map perfectly to these profitable skills.
But what if you don't want to just pick one? What if you want to become completely undeniable in the job market? Well, that brings us to this, the ultimate skill stack for students. This is where things get really exciting. We are talking about combining these disciplines into a literal superpower formula that will make you exceptionally competitive for 2026. Let's build this stack together.
Here is exactly how you build this ultimate stack, step by step. First, you start with AI automation. You got to know how to connect the tools. Second, you layer in Python or JavaScript. This gives you the actual technical depth to fix things when the no-code tools inevitably break. Third, you add digital marketing. So you know how to build it, now you know how to drive traffic to it. Fourth is copywriting. You know how to persuade that traffic to actually buy. And fifth, tying the whole shebang together, excellent English communication skills to interact with global clients and clearly articulate your immense value. If you can learn these together, you become an absolute powerhouse. And mastering this specific combination doesn't just lock you into one traditional job type. It unlocks multiple, incredibly lucrative avenues. You'll be perfectly positioned for high-end freelancing, landing top-tier internships, securing really flexible remote work, or even bypassing all of that entirely to build your own online business. And the absolute best part? You can start earning money through these avenues while you're still a student. You do not have to wait for graduation to start monetizing this stack.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. AI is ready for 2026. I mean, it's already here, and it is actively transforming businesses as we speak. The only question that really matters now is, are you ready?
You have the blueprint now. You know the exact skills that perfectly combine AI, communication, and business impact. The market is literally waiting for people who can deliver exactly this. So my challenge for you today is simple. Take action. Pick your starting point from the paths we just broke down and start building your future-proof skill stack right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and honestly, I can't wait to see what you build.